Hey guys, what's up? I'm Erin and welcome back to the channel. It's my birthday. I am turning 34 and in honor of that, I want to do a fun little video where I go over 34 money lessons I have learned in my 34 years here on earth. But before I get started, for any money lessons you guys have learned, ones that you find super important, super unique, leave them in the comments down below because I'm definitely curious what they are. So without further ado, let's kick it off. Number one, save money. No, this one's not a shocker, but life happens. Whether your garage door breaks, you have an accident, you have a medical issue, having money on hand to deal with them ensures that you don't have to stress about money while you're also stressing about the thing that has happened. Having money on hand means that you can weather the storm of life. There are an infinite number of things that can happen and they all come with unexpected expenses. In my case, I have dealt with minor home repairs, totaled cars, and yes, life-threatening medical issues. In my situation, it was a brain tumor that altered the course of my entire life. So I have no doubt that going forward in life, it will unveil many other unexpected expenses. Number two, you will always wish you had started investing sooner. I started investing when I was 8 years old, and I still wish I had done it sooner. Now, I'm a person who loves my birthday. I celebrate the entire month, October 1st to all the way to October 31st. I'll take any excuse to celebrate another year of life on this earth. However, I can tell you that every year I am a little bit saddened that I just lost one more year of compounding potential. As Einstein said, compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. Number three, we all make money mistakes. No matter who you are, no matter how prepared you are, you will make mistakes. They're inevitable. No one is perfect. I've made my share of financial mistakes in life, but the thing is, you don't have to try and be perfect. Sometimes the best way to learn is simply to make a mistake, learn from your lesson. The way I look at it is that we make the best decision we have with the information we have. If that decision turns out to be wrong, make a different decision, but continue moving forward. And the good thing is that in life, most decisions are correctable. Number four, negotiate. Don't accept every single offer that comes your way. When it comes to your pay, negotiate. When it comes to major purchases, negotiate. Why buy something for a higher price than you have to? Why work for a company for a lesser wage than you have to? Taking the time to negotiate can literally increase your income every single year by thousands of dollars. And after all, at the end of the day, the worst thing anyone can say is no. And that's not really that big of a deal. Number five, stop the comparisons. Literally no one, and I mean no one, cares what you wear, what car you drive, what house you live in, where you went on vacation, or pretty much anything else that goes on in your life. People are so wrapped up in their own lives that they are hardly thinking about you and your life. You know that sentiment, that statement that people say of stop buying things you don't want with money you don't have to impress people you don't like? There's something to that. You should be spending money on things that bring you joy and fulfillment. What other people think of you doesn't matter and doesn't even concern you anyhow. Number six, you will always be disposable to a company. Most employers, if not all, do not have your best interest at heart. You are simply there to do a job. I was recently at a function with my husband and the chaplain was saying, at some point that uniform comes off. What are you going to have left in your life? Because remember, they will put someone else in your shoes the day you leave, and that person will now fill your position. You may argue that you are the best employee under the world, that you are absolutely irreplaceable, but the company will still find someone to put there to do the job, and maybe that person is simply good enough. Maybe they weren't as good as you, but they'll be good enough. Companies are designed to be greater than the sum of their employees. They are designed to go forward no matter who leaves the company. Remember, the company is not looking out for you. You have to look out for you. Number seven, having multiple streams of income can change your life. Having multiple streams of income frees you up from having to rely on any one company to pay your life expenses. And people can lose their job all the time for any number of reasons. Maybe you move, maybe your company shuts down, maybe a pandemic hits and you lose it. Not relying on one single source of income means that if you ever lose that one, you have others to fall back on. Having multiple streams of income is always a good idea. Number eight, make time for fun. This one's a great follow-up to those multiple streams of income because sometimes you get so wrapped up in building your career and building those side hustles that you forget to take a break. Remember, every once in a while, close your computer, leave your house, go on a walk with your dog, hang out with your friends, take a vacation. Make sure that you are making time for fun. Number 9, understand money. Now, I love the DIY approach to money and investing, and I understand that not everyone loves that approach. Maybe you want to hire a financial advisor. That's fine. But no matter who you are, make sure that you understand your finances, you understand what is happening with your money, and that you are financially literate. You are the only one who is going to truly care about your money. Make sure you know what is happening with it. Number 10, having financial goals is fun. Goals are important, they give you direction, but maybe your goal is to pay off debt or hit a particular credit score or have a particular net worth. This can kind of turn money into a game when you're trying to hit certain numbers, but make sure to break those bigger goals down to smaller wins because it's fun to celebrate those small wins along the way. If your goal is to be a millionaire, celebrate when you hit 100,000, when you hit 250,000. Breaking it down, having celebrations along the way makes those goals more enjoyable. Number 11, how you think about money will change throughout the course of your life. How you think about money if you make $30,000 a year is very different than if you make $80,000 a year or say $250,000 a year. Same, your approach will be different with money if you have $0 saved up or if you have 7 figures. And don't assume that how you think about money today will be how you think about it in the future. How I saw money when I was 24 is very different than now when I'm 34, and I also assume it'll be very different when I turn 44. How you think about money will change. Number 12, it's okay to spend money. I am a natural born saver, so it is very difficult for me to spend money a lot of the times. However, I am learning to spend a little bit more, and I can tell you that is actually enhancing the quality of my life. For all of you natural born spenders out there, you may not understand this point. My dad is a natural born spender. His philosophy in life is you can always make more money, so he does not have a problem with this one at all. Number 13, marry someone who has the same views and values as you. Now, I've only been married for a handful of years, so it's kind of hard for me to give any sort of semblance of marriage advice. But I can tell you that money and financial matters does often top the list for reasons for divorce in America. So if you mesh on your finances, it can make your marriage much easier. For example, if you have someone who wants to spend every cent of every paycheck married to someone who is trying to pursue FIRE, obviously you can see they are going to have a lot of conflict. So the more things you can overlap on, the more you can work towards goals together, the easier your financial path is going to be. And divorce is absolutely devastating financially. So marry the right person and hopefully it's something you never have to experience. Number 14, learn to ignore the headlines. Whether the market is hitting record highs or absolutely crashing, it's all just noise. You shouldn't listen to it. As a long-term investor, all you have to do is invest your money regularly and let it sit there for decades and you will retire wealthy. At the end of the day, investing is about as exciting as watching paint dry. Speaking of, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Get-rich-quick schemes are just that, just schemes. All you have to do is work hard, invest, repeat for years. Number 16, don't lose money. Okay, this one's actually Warren Buffett's rule, but losing money hurts. And until you actually experience your first downturn where you lose 6 figures in a matter of weeks, you don't understand what that feels like. It's like you can go out and read about falling in love and all of those warm, fuzzy feelings that are associated with it, but until you actually fall in love, you don't truly know what it feels like. Losing money is just like that, but the opposite. Number 17, check your emotions at the door. Now, I know pretty much everyone says this, but it bears repeating. As humans, we often fall prey to our emotions, and this is why I have my investments on autopilot. If the market is hitting new highs, I am investing the same amount. If the market is crashing, I am investing the same amount. If I find myself getting anxious watching the numbers in my accounts, my rule is that I stop looking. I don't want my emotions to dictate my investing behavior. Number 18, make it automatic. We as humans are often very forgetful creatures, and if you're counting on yourself to remember to invest every single month, there are inevitably going to be months where you forget. The best thing you can do is set it to go directly into your investment account without you ever lifting a finger or without ever seeing it. While you're at it, also make sure that you set your bills to be automatic because you never want to be late on those. Set your investments, your finances, everything money related to be as automatic as you can. It'll make your life much easier. Number 19, there is no one size fits all approach. We are all different. We all have different families, incomes, propensities towards spending, savings goals, risk tolerances. What works for someone else might not work for you, and that's okay. What you have to do is find something that works for you. As I always like to say, finance is personal. Find a way to make it work for you. Number 20, work out every day. Your body is your most important asset. You won't get very far in life if you don't have your health. So all of those things, move your body, get your steps in, drink your water, eat a healthy diet, get enough sleep. Yes, they're all cliche, but they are things that you should do because it won't matter how much money you have saved up if you don't live long enough to enjoy it. Number 21, stretch. Because it is ridiculous how much flexibility you lose as you get older and you realize how important that flexibility is. Number 22, start a business. Now I have started my share of businesses in life. I'm actually in the midst of starting another, nothing to do with YouTube, so don't worry. I've started 5 businesses thus far. Some have been successes, some have been total flops. All have taught me powerful lessons. I absolutely love being an entrepreneur and the lessons that you learn from it. Number 23, empower the people you work with. Teach the people you work with everything you know, and likewise, you learn from them. I know a lot of people who deliberately try to guard their job and they think it's job security to not teach anything what they're able to do. Don't be that person. Empower the people you work with, be willing and open to teach them, and likewise, hopefully you are surrounded by people who are willing to teach you and mentor you and help you grow. Number 24, take the job. As I mentioned, I'm an entrepreneur, but I also like job security and a steady paycheck. And in case you're wondering, those are two polar opposite things. So I've often gone out on a limb and started working for other companies. And I can tell you every time I've accepted a job for someone else, my first reaction is, what did I just do? But also I have learned valuable lessons at every single one of these jobs. And I can honestly tell you that they have all opened new and better doors to greater career opportunities down the road. So don't be afraid to take the job. Number 25, on the flip side, don't be afraid to walk away from a job. I hate letting people down, so quitting is often hard for me, but you can't be afraid to walk away from a position. When a position is no longer serving you or growing you, it is time to move on and look for something better. Number 26, don't work a job you hate. If a job is costing you your happiness, it is costing you too much. You only get one life. I remember back in my early 20s, I worked a job where I asked for a weekend off to go see my grandparents. My request was denied, and a week later, my grandpa passed away. The next day, I quit that job. If a job does not have my best interest at heart, if they are not allowing me to see my loved ones, if a job is making me so I hate every single day, Monday through Friday, I will not work that job anymore. Number 27, having people who support you is a blessing. My mom always tells me that I can move home if something happens. My brother tells me I can move in with him, but of course I would have to be the chef for his family. It's well known that I do loads and loads of cooking. It is something I'm very passionate about. My husband tells me that he has my back and will support me in any venture that I decide to do. Having people who support you allows you to take greater chances in life, and it allows your life to be much more freeing and exciting. Number 28, be kind. Being kind costs nothing, so why not do it? I can tell you I have never regretted a moment of being kind to someone. All of my regrets have come from times where I have not shown up as my best self. Number 29, keep learning. You can always acquire new skills. Never stop learning and exploring. Google and YouTube, those are great universities. So are experiences and failures. Never stop exploring. You can learn anything at any point. All you have to be willing to do is try. Number 30, time is your most valuable asset. And I don't mean this in the way that I traditionally talk about it, where I say invest early, allow your money time to grow. Yes, that's important. But I mean it in the sense that You only have so much time. Make sure that you are spending your hours, your days, your weeks in a way that matters to you. If you say family is the most important thing, but then you're clocking in 100 hours at the office, I hate to break it to you, work is the most important thing to you. Where you devote your time and your energy, that is what's most important to you. So make sure that you're spending time on the things that truly matter to you, because we all never know when our time is up. Number 31, you cannot do it all. And while I do like to fancy myself as somewhat of a superwoman who can conquer absolutely everything, as in I can work 3 jobs, hit the gym, clean the house, cook dinner, we all have our breaking point. There comes a point when there is simply too much on your plate. And you know what? It's okay to do less. You don't have to feel like you have to do absolutely everything. Life happens, move forward. There are any number of things that can go wrong in life. You make a lousy investment, you lose your job, you lose your partner. No matter what happens, you have to move forward. You can't sit and focus and say, why me? That's not gonna get you anywhere. I have the saying in life, no matter what happens, you have to find a way to be okay. The other day I was talking to my husband and I was asking him, why don't you ever believe me when I say I'm good? And he looked at me and he said, well, you're the type of person who would literally be dying and you would say, I'm good, because you just always find a way to be good. To which I said, touche. Number 33, buy a dog. This one needs no explanation. Dogs are simply the best ever. And number 34, money is not the most important thing. Money is simply a tool. Money is a tool you should use to live the life you want to. The goal is not to be the person to die with the most amount of money. Instead, the goal is to live a life that brings you the most joy. And for everyone, that is going to look different. Your job is to figure out what that looks like for you and how your money can get you there. So there you have it, my best 34 lessons I've learned thus far. I'm sure I still have many to learn. What do you guys want to add to that list? What did I leave out? Leave it in the comment section down below. I'm very curious. Before I go, this symbol is Michigan, Lower Peninsula and Upper Peninsula. I just wanted to add that there because if my hair is tending to cover words or a symbol that was on my shirt, inevitably people ask about it in the comments. So there you have that. If you got anything at all out of this video, please give it a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I post new videos every single week, so I will see you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye.